Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, with this week's episode of If It Was a Demon Lord, I Would Defeat Him and Break His Nose, we go ahead and defeat ourselves some humans that needed their nose broken. And I think this was probably one of the most craziest episodes I would ever expect in this show. Um, Alright, so for some odd reason, we have a teacher who has not only once done something along these lines of like attacking a student or that might maybe a devil, um, but for some odd reason, this teacher still has said license and doesn't have any problem seemingly getting, back into this place to work some more. So our main character already had put two and two together that there could have been something she's done before. Not only did she do something before, it seems like she had a pretty high reputation. Like she's the priestess or something along those lines. She had like some type of reputation to be able to do something like that, and then the school just pretty much cover for her. So whatever that was, I was so in shock of how much our character was so angry, bro. Like this man is a true guardian. Like this is what you do for your kids. Like if your kids ever get mistreated, because think about it like this: we just saw a little girl who pretty much started to fit in and feel like she was human, or not even feel like she was human, just feel like she was wanted in their community and stuff. Just tried to commit suicide practically because of what was said and what was practically put on her because of something she has no, control over. And our main character lost his ever-loving mind. um, Goes in there, threatens the principal and all the staff of the people who practically must have known about whatever the incident was before, didn't do anything about it, and said principal or higher up that is still allowing this woman to still be working here. They just tore into her, and then he even stayed around to make sure he saw her getting kicked out on the front door of this place. Like Dale is a real one, man, and this was really cool to see him just taking matters in his own hands. I mean, he usually does anyway, but this was something special. This was something like he really needed to do, and it needed to be done right, and I don't know if you could do it any better than this. Besides, after that girl gets out of the school, you go up and hire some assassins to finish the job. Dale is a weak one. He's so trash. But yeah, no. This episode was very, very surprising in my opinion when it came down to them actually going there. So she literally gets all of this information like thrown in her face and blamed and on her and stuff, and she winds up ripping out her own horn out of her head. Not even the broken one at that. She rips the freaking still good, fully blown horn out of her head. And mind you, the reason why she was called an abomination and called a lower race and, like a disgusting, all this stuff, is because this woman has lost her family to devils. So what better way to handle your problem than to take it out on a 8-year-old devil? That always seems to be, that's what I do. If I have a problem with somebody, I look for an 8-year-old that might resemble them and take it out on them. That's so smart. So, with that being said, that got handled quick and in a hurry, which is awesome. But to think that our Latina had to freaking deal with that, man, that was pretty crappy for her. And hopefully the show doesn't try to do anything worse than that, because man, I was pretty like when I saw her eyes and like the design they gave her for like her pain and suffering that she's going through, bruh. I was mad. I was so mad. I'm not gonna lie. If I ever gone to a school or let my daughter go to a school or my son and he was called an abomination and picked up by his horn, if I'm just a guardian and he was picked up by his horn, boy, she would not have gotten away as lucky as she did this week with this guy. So good on for them for not absolutely destroying this woman. I mean, it might come up to be a bad thing in my opinion. You usually have to squash people like these in the butt and, like even take them out of the town, have her run into an unfortunate set of magical monsters, something like that. Because as I see it, if she was willing to do that in a school in front of a bunch of kids, what do you think she's willing to do? When she now that she's lost her job, she's lost her, her power over teaching and stuff like that. So, what do you think she has to lose now? Like, come on, bruh. Like, if she doesn't show up again, they probably did something to her. We can just assume she got handled. But yeah, overall, man, that really ticked me off. But like I was hoping for, the show has some depth, some type of actual, um, you know, good assets about it instead of it just being a full-on slice of life. Everybody's happy, everybody's, go lucky all the time. They have some pretty dark stuff in here, not to mention the fact that he was slaying devils just last week to make ends meet. Like this is how he feeds himself is by slaying some of these monsters that she is related to. So it's a very, very interesting concept to see a human trying to take in someone that could potentially become the most evilest or strongest demon out there. From what I can tell, she seems like she could be the demon lord's child or something. Like there's no reason to chase out a little girl out of a place of demons unless there was a good reason, right? Or in their head they had a reasoning for it. And I think that reasoning being is she either is going to inherit she was going to inherit the devil's like demon lord title, or um because she was because she didn't have like a true family or something, they die or something. They didn't want her being the one to do it, and the person that was already running it, like an uncle, or I don't know, man. I feel like they could do anything with the whole Demon Lord title thing because whatever demon has a horn is related or wants to help the Demon Lord, is from what we understand from this crazy chick. So, what does the Demon Lord do? Where does the Demon Lord reside? And why was this young? I think she was younger when she got kicked. Nah, I don't know if she's had a birthday yet. So maybe she was 8 when she got kicked out. So it's just like, why is this a thing? Why did that happen? And that's pretty much what I expect to learn as like the big, big stuff that happens in this show. But overall, this episode was pretty entertaining and like noteworthy of what we just learned could be possible with the humans maybe attacking her now that she's done this, or like shown up. And to think that I had the most doubts about the girl who was running up on her talking about, you got horns, oh my god, you got horns, wow, can I touch your horns, can I see your horns? And then if you if you really think about it, if she kept going on anymore, the teacher would have just heard that and be like, "Wait, horns? What you talking about, girl? What you talk about?" And that would have been that too. So she was just really making me mad. I thought she was in on it or something, but seeing her rise up and help, she became one of the best characters. And not only that, she's like, if I do this, my father might actually be proud of me, hearing that that's what I did, for one of my own fellow students. So that was cool. Overall, you know, like I did not expect her to get up and go out of her way, including after seeing what the two people, or like, you know, the kids who actually were hanging out with Latina were feeling. They're like, oh wait, like, do I really want to go against this teacher and get my family's name stained? Wait, what does stained even mean? Like, that's what they seemed like, man. I was like, what? You guys don't even know what this woman can do to you. Just stand up for your friend. You'll feel better the next day, I promise. But yeah, everybody wound up standing up for her, and I think even like a teacher like showed up. One of the younger teachers show up and try to act like it's okay. She's not that evil. I swear to God. But with all that being said, you gotta hunt a monster while you're talking about an adventure show about hunting, because you know I got really jumped onto for not having a workout anime video game while I talked about an anime that works out. So I wanted to at least try to hunt a demon-looking monster while I'm talking about a show that has demons in it. I don't think it's gonna work because you know that you can't please anybody on YouTube. So with all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'm your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely probably drop you another video later on today. So if you are subscribed, you're in luck because you get more content. Peace.